Yes, hi, this is Kevin. I'm putting up one of two samurai armies. This is the period that I really focused on, that I really think is the most fascinating, between 1500 and, let's say, 1650. So this is the age of Oda Nobunaga, and of course his warlords that actually fought with him, against him, and expanded his empire, the Hideyoshi and Tokugawa Ieyasu. And this time period of the invasion of Korea, the civil wars within inside the Japan itself, this Sengoku period, was really just fascinating to me. And I built an army that depicted what that could have looked like. And of course, I'm going to put up another army that is the exact opposite of this one, so that there's a real flavor, and you can see the differences of the armies that were put into the field. The next army will go up will be a little bit more monk heavy, and really the antagonists to Oda Nobunaga. But anyway, I hope that you enjoy this. This was a work of love, and yeah, I hope that you enjoy it as much as I enjoyed putting it together. Hey, this is Kevin. This time I'm going to show one of my two samurai armies. I'll try to film the other one this evening. Put this one out in a Japanese battle formation, whichever one it is. I'm not entirely sure, but I just thought it looked cool. This could be the crane. This could also be the inept, which would be my battle style. But all joking aside, it's a very, very nice army. And it's based on having a warlord or a shogun, one of the major families. It could be any family that you actually wanted. And I painted up many families. They each have a leader. Maybe they have some ashiguru, some samurai, some arquebus, some bow, depending on how rich that particular samurai was. And they banded together to create this army against the enemy. All of these figures predominantly are from Peter Pig. I thought the figures from Peter Pig looked really, really great. And I'll show you each individual one. The other army is two dragons with some Essex mixed in. So each one is different in their own right, but I think each one has its own style. So let's start, as I usually do, with the main leader. So I have this leader sitting down, crouching, with some guards, some banners, and of course he has his retinue up front, and the samurai warlord ready to execute the will of his leader flawlessly and without question. To the right and to the left, I also have two groups of mounted samurai with a leader that would ride them into battle at the flick of a flag or the wave of a baton. So that's on the right. And on the left, I have equally two units of samurai mounted, with a samurai warlord ready to execute. I think the figures turned out great. Mostly these are in black armor, some in red, with nice trimmings. So coming up to the front, I've got a unit of ashigaru with pike and arquebus, and then in front of them 4 units of foot samurai, both with katana and naginata and some of the rest. And that goes forward into even more units of samurai that really create the thrust for this army. So this one here is done in more red armors with a splash of color. And of course another warlord or leader ready to move them. And of course in the front, the vanguard is a unit of bow, ashigaru bow, and then another group of pike with arquebus, 2 units starting the vanguard. And split out in a bit of a winged fashion. We have 3 units in this brigade of samurai, or samurai and ashiguro, that are turned towards the flank. These are samurai with ashigaru backup, and an ashigaru pole arms to its front. And then we come around to the wing, which is a very powerful wing of family of samurai and ashigaru supporting it with guns. So I think that they turned out very, very nice. They look good, and I think that the color variety is very nice. And when you get up close with the camera, you see the imperfections, but I think with 15 millimeter from a distance, that's quite all right. And this is, of course, another family on the far outside wing. I could probably turn the leader around, because this one is one of my favorite with the antlers. I think they just look fantastic, don't you? But on the far other wing, we've got the same. We've got 3 units of arquebus, pike, and samurai that are ready to support the flanks. And on the outside wings, we have once again ashigaru with bow and spear and pike, and then another one in reserve in the rear on the far left flank to kind of give you a little bit of a protection on the wings. And the samurai here can come right through the gaps. But I'm not here to discuss strategy of battle tactics. In essence, I've never played with this army. John and I are going to do that as soon as I get back and give it a try. Andy also, this is one of the things that he's been wanting to play. So the whole club is kind of waiting for a big samurai game, which I'll host here in the next 3 or 4 weeks and put up a battle report. Probably use Hail Caesar for that, because that's the one that we know the most, and pull out some of their stats for the Samurai Wars. They have a errata sheet on their website. Anyway, I hope that you've enjoyed this. If I know that pulling out individual families and what the banner means, I've tried my best to try to group them into individual families, but I mix and match, so this might not be the army that actually goes to the field. I was going to do a little bit of a license of picking different boxes with families, and people would actually pull a card to find out what units they get, what families, and present their allegiance to whoever they want, depending on what kind of benefit that they would get. So I'll have different gifts and things like that here, painted armies for people, and we'll do a really nice, very interesting samurai warlord campaign here. Wish everybody could join us, because it'll be fun. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Well, I hope that you enjoyed that. I really enjoy this army. I'm going to be maybe putting up some videos of battles during the invasion of Korea and Hideyoshi's army. And I think it's a fascinating period. I'll probably also want to do the Battle of Sekigahara. But anyway, I hope that you enjoyed it. It's just a depiction of what a samurai army could have looked like. I'm going to put up the second one here today so that you can kind of see a contrast and difference between the different figures, styles, and what these opposing different armies look like. Sometimes it was hard to identify one or the other on the field, and that's why I think the banners are very important. Anyway, I really appreciate you watching my videos. I hope that you enjoy very much the art and the intent behind it.